Welcome back to the Chronicles. Come with me, I've got something to show you. You may or may not be able to see, but just there, the cows are back at What Mountain Farm. This should be fun.
There's a storm coming, and I need a hand to hold, with the fear of being here on my own, where the wind's blowing and the leaves they turn to gold, like they did with you those summers ago.
On the way back from this morning's dog trek, we bumped into our neighbour farmers John and David. They told us they were preparing the fields to bring the cows out of their winter barn. I asked if they would mind me filming the calves experiencing their newfound freedom for the first time. They happily agreed, so I got to work getting the drone in the air. Unfortunately, I managed to miss the first group of cows being dropped off and find them safely nestled in the top of the field. To make sure I don't miss the next one, I quickly scanned the route from the farm to the field. The tractor and trailer are nowhere to be seen, but fortunately I discover them right at the crucial minute. This group tentatively exit the trailer. They're not really sure what to do. Their newfound freedom is a bit overwhelming. The first group dropped off, however, come rushing in to see their friends, delighted not to be alone anymore. The two groups slowly merge, and not a lot else happens. I guess they're still unsure as to exactly what is going on. One calf makes a bit of a move, but then thinks better of it and circles back to mum. With such openness being a completely new experience, it's perhaps not surprising that they migrate to something they know well, a metal farm gate. This won't work for John and David though, as they've got to get the trailer back out for the next load. So the cows need to be moved on. And now, finally, the cows discover they are free and they make their move. Next point of interest is our neighbour's boundary hedge with plenty of delicious low-hanging leaves. Finally getting excited with their newfound freedom, a bit of a gallop breaks out amongst the group. Now they're heading uphill here, so it will be quite hard work. But just the unbridled joy and excitement of all this freedom is clearly now starting to dawn on them. Panning the drone slowly around gives a good idea of just how much free space the cows now have to roam about. I definitely believe they've got so much space and so many options at this moment in time, they are still mildly confused as to what to do next. Even with so much wide open space, the cows still seem to want to migrate to the nearest boundary or fence. Being captive animals, undoubtedly there is a sense of security in some sort of enclosure or rigid boundary. It really should be of no surprise that they're getting comfort from something they are so familiar with. This sub 250 gram drone is extremely quiet, and now that the cows have settled in, I feel it's safe for me to come closer and just to get a better perspective on how they're reacting to their new freedom. That calf walking at the left of the screen seems to be the boldest. Completely without urgency, they decide to walk along the boundary hedge to the next corner of the field. I introduced some urgency for them by speeding up the clip. Uh-oh, I think the bold calf has just spied us. The little drone is only worthy of a 5-second stare. This first two groups of cows and calves have completely settled in. They're exploring their new pastures at a completely leisurely pace, with no urgency, and generally enjoying their newfound freedom and the abundance of freshly growing grass. The low battery signal announces time for me to bring the drone back to base to swap the battery and get ready for the next delivery. This drop-off is a mother, a calf, and one additional cow. It's very interesting to watch their reaction as they come out the trailer. We've seen it before. There is hesitancy, there is unfamiliarity, they possibly even could be scared, but they definitely take a while to get their bearings together. And in fact, as you'll see here, the young calf only comes out once it realises its mother and the other cow are in no danger. What they do next is actually quite predictable, and I've sped it up because it takes too long in real time. They hug the boundary, they're unsure what really is happening. They get reassurance from the boundary, and as they traverse along it, they see the rest of the herd, who rush to greet them. And at this stage, and only at this stage, do they settle down. This final delivery is 3 juvenile cows. They've been left to last, probably for a very good reason. The rest of the herd have moved away. Is this an indication that these 3 are trouble? Unlike the rest of the herd, these 3 are off straight away to explore. With the herd once again back to full strength, all safely delivered into their summer pastures, the trailer leaves the field for the final time. The gate closes, and the summer finally begins for these cows who are once again introduced to the grass fields of Walkmilton Farm. Tune in regularly to the Chronicles to see more of the antics of these cows throughout the summer. Hopefully we all manage to stay out the storm. Bye bye now.
With the storm coming, I am ready for the cold. I'll be better when the summer's gone. Remembering is all I know.